Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome back. Here I am about to kick off part 4 of this video series, driving from Greenland to Iraq. And today we are just outside of London. So we'll soon be hitting Europe here, and we'll see how far we make it. I'm hoping I'll make it somewhere down around Maribor. Maybe Graz or Maribor, I think maybe is what I'll make it to today, hopefully, but we'll see. I think it's going to be freeway most of the way, but which will help with time. Get the best distance over time, I guess. Head tracking all centered up and everything. We did end the last video on parking here and getting some rest, I believe, so we're all good to be there. Nothing more to do than just hit the road, I guess. See how far we can get. The last video, part 3, driving through the most of the UK, was pretty uneventful, to be honest. Wasn't a whole lot going on. Everything went pretty smooth. Not a lot of AI mishaps, or for me and myself even as well, so. Just had the one Sunday driver caravan that sort of had to take evasive action for, but other than that, it went pretty good. What we're hoping for today too, but sometimes you kind of want to have random stuff happen just to be able to generate a clip or a short off of it, but. Is this truck really going to struggle on this hill? It's 24 tons. I guess it's borderline heavy for what the game considers 25 tons heavy, so. Those of you that may not have caught one of the first 3 videos, we are in a Volvo FH6. Yeah, I just forgot. I mean, I think I have 600 horsepower in this truck. Ooh. Yeah, 600 horsepower engine in this truck. Really am liking these new Volvo FH5s and FH6. Generally, you would see me in a Scania, most likely in the Scania R2009. I do believe looks like the bypass around London here. fast this truck's gonna go. Is it? Guess he's just gonna do just under 90, maybe 88 or 89. Oh, now he's hitting his brakes. He's gonna exit. Kind of wish they would do the map overlay like you get whenever you're on Convoy server. Wish they would do that for single player as well. A single player sort of pauses the game and takes you to the map, and then Convoy you sort of get the overlay. I would kind of like to have the overlay. I don't want to have to stop or pause the game whenever I'm looking at the map. Maybe it would be better to catch a picture on the other side of the bridge. Actually, that there is not too bad, is it? This is something I never really understood. build a roundabout, and then you go and put red lights all the way around it. Wasn't the whole idea of building the roundabout in the first place to avoid red lights? Keep traffic moving? I don't know. Do I need to be over there in his lane? I do. Great. It'll be nice to get back over to the other side. Get back to some kilometers per hour. And the right side of the road. With all these trucks, I guess maybe it's just for looks, aesthetics. Everything is in order. Nice. Uh-oh, I don't know if we were supposed to be on this side or the other side then. Well, I don't think it matters. This is done a little bit different than what I remember it. Looks like we are taking the train. I can't believe all this was great for me. Have I not ever been through here on the train in this profile? Please drive up the right side of the road. Thank you. Keyword there being right. There's a few different ways you can tackle the channel in pro mods, the train and the boat, obviously, but then there's also a third top secret channel route. No speed. It's probably not top secret, but there is a hidden route. A hidden tunnel road that goes all the way under the channel. What's with the green and orange? What? Was there a sign somewhere marking what this green and orange means? Oh, custom. We got nothing to declare. Non-custom's ready to... What? No, we don't want to go to the UK. I don't know, I'm confused. Seems like it would be a rotten mess to figure out how to get in and out of this place. Well, don't know where that road takes you, but glad we didn't go that way. Looks like it's going to be free sailing from here on out. Except for a few tolls along the way. Looking at the time for the video, I've been doing them in 1 hour segments. I was thinking about actually doing this one in a 2 hour. Just looking at the time, we're already on 24 minutes for this video. Only just now getting to France. I'll look and see where I'm at. Once I start getting close to the 1 hour mark, I'll look and see where I'm at, and then probably go from there on whether or not I decide to record an extra hour for this video. Into Belgium. Wait, Texaco? Yeah, Texaco in Europe. Oh shit. Typical AI. Standing on their brakes to take the exit ramps. I was gonna move over, but then I seen that car in my mirror. So much better being back over here on the right side, not gonna lie. I remember I had one guy on Twitch, he was a streamer from the Philippines, Really good guy. He had an awesome setup. He didn't have your usual POV setup. He had a really unique way that he did it, and I remember finding out about his channel, and he was doing American Truck Simulator, and we got to talking about ATS naturally, and then somehow we got into talking about ETS as well, and he was like, you know, the only reason I don't really play ETS is because I don't want to drive on the left-hand side of the road. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, they drive on the left-hand side over there, don't they? And I'm like, oh, only in the UK. And he's like, wait, what? Are you kidding me? I'm like, no. Well, I need to be over there. I was like, go check out some streamers that are doing ETS. You'll see that if they're not in the UK, then they're on the right side of the road. Like, oh my goodness. He's like, the only reason I didn't pick up the game is because I didn't want to drive on the left side of the road. So he ended up picking up ETS too, and calls that, and enjoyed it quite a bit. So. How is this road not yellow already? I'm pretty sure I did this route. See, me and my buddy, we did this route together a couple of weekends ago. Man, that would be a good picture, actually. And I'm beginning to wonder, what route did we actually take? We took something different than this, or? I'm not good at pictures. Not at all. Yeah, we did Greenland to Iraq. We were doing it on the convoy server and driving together, and we had a few people that jumped in and joined us along the way. So I'm kind of confused as to why this would actually be gray. Guess that tells me we took a different route than this one. Well, yeah, we did, sort of. We drove under the channel through the secret tunnel instead of taking the train, but still, this part here should already be filled in. That train is hauling butt. Oh, Dookie, I'm paying attention. Sorry, car. Oh well, either way, getting some gray road filled in. I would someday, hopefully. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but I would love to 100% pro mods. That's just a lot of damn road to cover though. Especially on this profile, because this profile was just made last year. I have a good portion of pro mods covered on an older profile, but I made a new. I ended up making a new one because my older profiles, they had like so much money on them and everything. I'll probably I'll end up in the same boat on this profile eventually, but I don't know. I just felt like there wasn't that much left to do on those profiles, but it also, in a way, this car is going to slow down. I don't know what he's going to do. Thought he was going to side swap me, is what I thought. Germany now, going to 80. But also, 2024, that also marked the 10-year anniversary, so to say, since I started playing this game. So I felt like it was kind of a good point to create a new profile as well, so who knows if I'll still be playing this game in 10 years, but then it'll also be like, oh, look at this profile created. I don't know if I named this one. I think I named this one actually 2024, but if I am still playing this game in 10 years, and if it's still around, then I'll know how far I got and what I was able to do in a 10-year period. That's if I can keep this profile without corrupting it or anything like that. I have had some of my original profiles in the past when I first started playing the game end up getting corrupted, unrecoverable, most likely due to mods. But oh, how fast is that guy going? One thing I kind of wanted to do, I made a new profile both in ATS and ETS at the same time. But one thing I kind of wanted to do with this profile as well is try and test the game's limits. Like how high can you go in money before the game's like, oh, we can't count any higher, or how high can you go in driver level before the game is like, oh, you've reached the max level. But I know it goes, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody with a level 1000. But I know it goes in the hundreds, because my old profiles are, I think, level 400 something. Plus, they've added a lot since then as well. Oh, I actually need to stop and rest. We'll do that right here. Damn, I'm glad I managed to catch that. I only got 6 minutes left. They've added in a lot of new things for profile statistic tracking as well over the years. So. But it'll be neat to see what kind of stats we get with the new stuff that's been added over the years. Oh, I haven't actually looked at my old profiles to see. I haven't actually looked at my old profiles to see if that stuff is being tracked, the new stuff. All right. Rest. Like we're driving in the dark. My truck is losing air. looks like we're going to be driving in the dark for a while. Rhineland Palatinate. It always reminds me of the RPM map whenever I come through here and I see that. Definitely it's a custom 1-to-1 scale map of this Rhineland Pfalz area here in Germany. Probably, well, it is the best 1-to-1 scale map I've seen so far. Highly detailed. It's got some unique features and unique pickup and delivery points in it. A lot of custom stuff. It's really nicely done. Would highly recommend you guys checking it out. Shit, we're speeding. Put the cruise back on so we don't get a lead foot. Start losing points because we're speeding. They do some videos on that map at some point. I think I have live streamed playing on that map previously. So yeah, the team that originally did the Rhineland Pfalz area, the RPM map it's called, they've also taken over the Heilbronn project, which is also another 1-to-1 scale map of a different area of Germany, the Heilbronn area in Germany. They took over that project and they said that they were going to rework it and make it to RPM standards. And then I've also seen that they have a Polish map added on that you can add on to the RPM map. It's also another 1-to-1 scale project. But I'm not sure what the deal is with that one. I don't know if they're doing the same thing with the Heilbronn map, as they're taking it over and gonna rebuild it to the RPM standards, or if it's just something that they're working together on with the creators of the Poland map. Sort of like bring some of these 1-to-1 maps together and give you a little extra area to drive in and stuff. The Heilbronn section is pretty good as it is. But I think once the RPM guys get done with it, it'll be 10 times better. That's one thing I like about the camera mirrors, even in the middle of the night, the brightness in them is still at a good level to where you can see everything in the mirror. I think once I park up and conclude this video, I'm going to have a look at my company. I haven't even had a look at my company in a long while. I Need to buy some garages and trucks. I got some drivers that are making some decent incomes now. Somewhere around the 20 and 30,000 euro range for a job. Getting close to the 1 hour mark here. I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and drive this out until I need to stop and rest again, which is in 27 minutes. That'll be a good stopping point to end the video as well. Getting on the signs here. Prague, Nuremberg. Okay. We didn't have to drive in the dark too long. Got us a nice little sunrise going there. That was probably one of the better updates they've done. Is where the one where they updated the skyboxes and stuff. The sunrises and sunsets in the game was already great. They were already good, but SAS, the guys there, they were just like, well, it's good, but it's not quite good enough. So they implemented some new skybox stuff and I don't know, updated or upgraded what was already there and made it even better. I still can't believe, like, whenever you look at the game, I still can't believe that it's a 2012 game. You'll still see it some in like in the vegetation, the trees and stuff. But I think if somebody was like new coming into the game, then they would never guess that this was a 2012 game. It's not the best high-end graphics, of course, but like just given the fact that it was released in 2012 and it still looks just as great as it does. It's crazy. I don't know why I'm gonna move over here. I guess just to be courteous and not hog up the middle of the highway. Probably end up having to move back over soon anyway. See what we got here. Cruise Nurnberg. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Oh, we're actually taking this exit, looks like. Are we really? Why would we be taking this? Huh? Well, that goes to the southern. Okay. Thought the speed limit was going to drop there, but it didn't. I guess if it was going to Berlin, that would take us back north, so... According to the sunrise there, we are headed southeast. Car. There you go. Get your foot into it. Fine. Okay. did say at the beginning of the video, I was hoping we would make it to either Graz or Maribor, I think it was. Oh, here comes the border, actually. Of course, I am giving myself a little extra time just so that we would stop whenever it's time to rest. Well, I thought I seen the flags there for the border. Did I not? Maybe I didn't. I just noticed this truck is over 20,000 kilometers now. That's one thing I definitely need to do is I need to focus on one profile and one truck because I do want some trucks with a million miles or a million kilometers on them. That's always been one thing I've wanted to achieve, but never actually really just like dug in and focused on that. I continue to switch between so many different profiles and so many different trucks. Because I do believe in total, out of all the profiles I've had since I started playing ETS, I'm sure I'm around 6 million kilometers, if not more. But it's really hard. It's really hard to focus on just one truck, because especially when SES is continuously releasing new ones, and if a new truck comes out and you're like, oh, I gotta try it. You drive it and you like it. Then you sort of forget about one of your older trucks that you've already got a pretty good mileage base built up on. And then after a while, you might decide to ditch the new truck and go back to one of your older trucks. And then by that time, SES is like, oh, here, guys, there's another new truck to play with. So there we are, right back into a new truck again. Drive the new truck for a while. And then one day you're thinking, you're like, oh, it's been a while since I've driven this other truck. So you go drive it. Then eventually you might end up in one of your older trucks. And then SES is going to be like, hey guys, we got another new truck. You get my drift. Fool's Walk. I didn't think we did cross the border. I'm sure I've seen the country flags on the freeway back there. Maybe I did. I don't know. No, actually, no, here they are. I was just seeing things then, I guess. Now we're at the border. Oh, we don't have to slow down through here? Nice. Alrighty then. Austria, here we are. We got 12 minutes to go. Da, 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 da. So I'm guessing the next place we can pull off and rest, I'm gonna do so. I do like the fact that a lot of the gas stations and things in ETS2 are like right on the highway. You can just pull off straight into the fuel station and parking spots at rest. Versus ATS where not all, but the majority of them are, you actually have to take an exit in side roads to get to a truck stop. It's a little more time consuming to stop and refuel and rest. Might be something I want to look into one day. Compare a 1,000 kilometer trip between the two games. You have lower speed limits in ETS2, but then you also have easier access to fuel stations and stuff, just like this one that's coming up here. And you don't have to deal with the way stations. Should I have gone on the other side? Looks like. can't see where those lines or anything are at in these mirrors on the right hand side. We're just going for it. There we go. Alrighty. I think we almost made it to Grise. Yeah. We're still a little ways outside of Graz. So I didn't quite make it as far as I had hoped. But, yeah, definitely looks like this series is still going to take 2 videos to complete. I don't know, maybe even 3, depending on how long it's going to take to drive this last stretch. Yeah. But we'll get there. Honestly, I only got 34% discovered on this profile. Alright, we're going to save this before we get out of here. Thank you guys for running along on this 4th leg of the Greenland to Iraq tour. Thank you very much for continuing to tune in and follow this journey. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll be getting on part 5 of this journey here pretty soon. And there will usually always be some sort of other video or shorts posted pretty much daily. So always some content out there to hold you over until the next video. So y'all take it easy. Thank you very much for tuning in, and take care.